Ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote.
You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero? Definitely. The ex-presidents are surfers.
You're trying to tell me the FBI is going to pay me to learn to surf?
Fear causes hesitation.
Neither one of you have anything even remotely interesting to tell me.
Caught my first tube this morning, sir.
All right. Point Break.
Hell yes.
Welcome to another episode of the hit podcast, Plot Smokers. I'm Tom McCaffrey. Please rate and review this podcast. And we're sponsored by Silk City Hot Sauce. So go to silkcityhotsauce.com and buy hot sauce. If you use the promo code Brooklyn, you get 15% off. So check that out. So I don't know if I said this. So obviously we're doing Point Break today on Plot Smokers. So today we have a guest. It's basically the regular on the show, funny comedian Gordy McNiff. How's it going, buddy?
Yes. Thank you for having me, Tom.
How you doing? Are you having a good day?
Yeah, having a good day. It was a pretty long day. Just got back from Texas. They're not too keen on weed out there, so
They're not?
Haven't smoked in a while. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, so this will be perfect. So did you get an abortion while you were there, or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I flew out there.
That's why I had to leave. So this movie Point Break, this is your favorite movie. This is actually one of my favorite movies.
It is one of my favorite movies. So Speed was good. Inception. Now I saw that a few times, or maybe twice. But yeah, this movie, I love it. We're talking
this
about
or Speed.
I actually thought you're talking about the new one.
The new Point Break?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen this old one?
No.
So you don't even know this movie?
No.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh wow, you really did get me.
No,
I mean, it's probably going to be about the same. Your explanation would probably be about the same anyway if you hadn't seen it.
Dude, but it's Safa. He's a legend.
Did you see the new one?
I did. I saw it in theaters and I loved it. And
the new one?
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, I only saw it once, and I saw it in IMAX theaters years ago with this girl, and she probably thought I was a psycho because I was like, "This is the coolest movie ever." But it was really cool because it had like great graphics, and it was IMAX, and they do a bunch of crazy shit, like crazy stunts.
Was it close to the original plot? It's
just a bunch of thrill seekers. Like they do a lot of skydiving, which is really the only similar part. But it's like it's not in the United States, and
yeah, they do. What else do they do? A lot of rollerblading.
It's like they're like dirt bikers. Yeah.
So, when was this movie Point Break came out in? Do you know what year it came out?
No, early 90s. Was it 90 or 91 or
91? Yeah. So, and this was like a big, like summer release.
Oh yeah.
So let's. This is usually how we start. So, can you give me if you had to give me like a 3-sentence plot synopsis of Point Break, the 1991 version? Like, what would it be?
All right. So I got it this time. Okay, so Keanu Reeves and Gary Busey team up. Let me start over.
That's actually true. They do team up.
I know. Hold on. Keanu Reeves and Gary Busey team up to take down a ring of bank robbers who are chasing the adrenaline rush of both robbing banks and surfing waves. And then Keanu Reeves has, God damn it, fuck!
No, that's basically it. That's like enough.
I know, but I wanted to make it good. That was shit.
No, that was good. That was actually, that was the best one you've done so far. I feel like you practice this one a lot. Like, it seems like
No, I did not.
All right. So, what's the plot of this? What happens? What's the main? How does it start out?
Well, it starts out classic scene when Keanu Reeves, Johnny Utah, he goes to meet Gary Busey, and Gary Busey's like, and on top of all this bullshit, they layer me with some snot-nosed punk quarterback as my new sidekick. And then he's like,
Hey, but what are they in like what?
What?
But you said he goes to meet Gary Busey. Why is he meeting it? Like, who are they?
He's going to be introduced as his new partner.
For what? The FBI or the police?
Yes.
Or something? Okay. And then what happens after that?
And then after that, Gary Busey jumps in the water and picks up a bunch of bricks off the floor of the pool while wearing a blindfold.
Take me through every single part that happens.
And then he swims up and takes the blindfold off, and he says, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Punk, or quarterback, snot nose, or punk quarterback or something." I don't know. He says,
"Okay." So then, what happens? And then the plot. What happens with like the plot after that 5-minute scene?
Oh yeah, then they look at like some of the past footage, and they study some of the ex-presidents. He's bank robbery. He's hired to bank robbery, and he introduces him to the ex-presidents. And
what does he say about them?
He doesn't even break it to him at first, does he? About the fact that they're surfers. He thinks they're surfers. He or someone makes fun of him or something like that. He's like, what are they talking about? He's like, I had this crazy hunch for a while, and isn't Gary Busey like retiring soon? It's always the case.
Yeah, this is perfect so far. So yeah, I guess he's retiring. But so that he tells him he thinks they're surfers, right? Gary Busey.
Yeah, he's like, what are they talking about?
He says, and then Gary Busey's like, let's go. You should go undercover or something.
No. They go on. No, Gary Busey's about to like give it up, and then Keanu Reeves is like, "Hey man, just because you want to give it all up, because you want to get put out to pasture, you're all old and want to get put out to pasture, doesn't mean that's what I want to do. I want to go in, And he like says like, "Fuck you, we got to go after these guys." And then I think that's when he really pushed him, like wants to go undercover.
Like, are you mad?
What are they doing? What are they doing in that scene before? What is he before they start like getting in an argument?
They're at a crime scene or something, and Keanu Reeves is trying to solve what's going on. It's like I think they find like something of the ex-presidents left after one of their bank robberies or something.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "Forget it, kid. They're ghosts." Forget it, kid. They're ghosts. Utah, give me 2. Then they stay. Yeah. So that's
before
later.
that. Okay, so he's like, "Hey, you gotta like go surfing, right?"
Yeah. Well, we're missing some crucial parts before that, but I guess
what
timeliness sake, I don't know.
Like, well, what? Does he meet Patrick Swayze at any point?
No. He says like he comes up with the idea, and he's like, he convinces Johnny Utah to take up surfing lessons, and Johnny Utah he gets in a fight with some locals.
Okay.
He gets his leash cut.
Okay, here.
He gets punched in the face.
Okay, they approach him. Listen to this part. Remember this?
Okay. I know. This is where you tell me all about how locals rule and yuppie insects like me shouldn't be surfing your break and all that, right?
Nope. That would be a waste of time.
We're just gonna fuck you up.
Back off! He's with me!
Kiss my ass. Back off, War Child. Serious.
Okay, so that's
War Child.
Back off, War Child.
Back off, War Child.
That's just his name that he's like. I love how he's just kind of like casually calling him that, like that's a real name to call someone. Like, hey, War Child, back off. Also, why does he seem so shocked that War Child's being so aggressive? You know what I mean? Hey, War Child, what are you doing? Why are you beating this guy up? My name is War Child. That's what I gotta do. I go around beating the shit out of people. That's kind of where the name came from. So imagine if you were in a fight and then someone was like, "Hey, back off, War Child," and you realize you were in a fight with a guy named War Child. Would you just be like, "Fuck, man, I'm dead. This guy's really into fighting." Okay, so what happens after that? So then, give me.
And then Gary Busey runs by. He's like, "Anybody see a dog run by here?" Or maybe not. Oh yeah.
Just keep walking.
Hold it. Look. You two guys see the kid run through here with a car stereo? He stole it from me.
No, but there's 4 guys back there you might want to check out.
Oh, thanks.
They're basically just leading him to War Child. It's funny because Patrick Swayze, I don't know if you notice, he like smiles when Keanu Reeves says there's 4 guys you might want to check out. So because Keanu Reeves thinks he's basically telling this like tourist guy to like go get the shit beat out of him by the gang. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I never picked up on that. I just thought that he was saying like, yeah, check. Like I thought Keanu Reeves is more of like being a pussy right there. Like, no, there's some guys over there you want it, like some bad apples over there.
Like, isn't Bodhi supposed to be about like peace? And, like, that's the other thing. He's like all Zen, and like they call him the Bodhisattva, which is like a Zen term, you know. And like all they do is like beat up people and rob people at gunpoint. So anyway, so there's a scene where remember when Keanu Reeves meets Patrick Swayze? Do you know what happens? How they meet?
Yeah, well, he tackles him in the waves when they're playing touchdown football. He's like, "Hey man, what are you doing?"
How does he start playing football with him?
He picked up a straight pass.
He what?
Picked up a straight pass, and then he was like, and then he started playing with them, and then he tackled Bodhi really hard, and then they're like, "Hey man, what the hell?"
Okay, like this. It's a set here.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you think that's a little out of line? Whoa, cool it, Roach. Don't you know who this is? No, I don't know who this is. This is Johnny Utah, the Ohio State Buckeyes All-Conference, remember? Number 9, man. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Jesus Christ. Johnny fucking Utah, sorry, man.
Okay, so this is what's going on? So that he's some football star that they all know?
Yeah, number 9, bro.
So
Buckeyes.
Don't you think it's weird that like he's this huge celebrity football star that they all love, and like they're just
his knee folded. Here, wait, keep playing. His knee folded. Doesn't even go. Doesn't say that.
Man, I knew you. It was the Rose Bowl 3 years ago. You beat SC, right?
You did this.
Yeah. That was one hell of a game. Don't you get hurt? Yeah, but you got nuked in the last quarter or something.
Yeah, I got my knee folded back about 90 degrees the wrong way.
Whoa, that's why you never went pro?
2 years of surgery, missed my window. Went through law school instead.
Law school.
So, don't you think it's weird they know everything about his like college career?
Yeah, law school.
No, that's not what they know. They're playing football with this guy, and then they're like, "Hey, don't you know this is? It's Johnny Utah." And then they're all like, "Oh, number 9." And then he's like, "Hey, remember that game, the Rice Bowl?" So they know like every single thing about his football career. But also like why it's never. They're like, "Hey, you're like our favorite football player in the world," and then like it's never mentioned again. You know, like in the movie, they never are like, "Hey."
Well, I think that's just why they made it possible so easy for him to just get into their little clique.
No, I know.
You know, some just random dude, they'd be like,
yeah,
they wouldn't like
they wouldn't just let him in after one day.
Yeah, go straight to the what's it called? He bangs what's her name, Tyler.
Yeah.
And then he is late for his raid in the morning because they think it's War Child, War Child and all his gang. And then it ends up, going crazy. And then it's the wrong house. And then they do another.
It turns out not to be them, right?
And then they do and then they triangulate or their next bank. They like predict their next bank.
You did all right today.
Yeah.
And then so then they do a stakeout. And that's where Gary Busey does the famous Utah, give me 2 when he gets the meatball subs. And then Gary Busey's like such a moron that he's like laughing at the funny section, like at like the comics, and like he's laughing at
what's he
like
reading?
Literally reading the funny section of the newspaper.
No, we got a lot. We got a lot.
Here.
Father, sir.
No thanks. Good luck.
It's time for lunch.
Can you hear it?
Wait.
Angelo, it's 10:30.
Right around that corner, there is a sandwich shop. They sell meatball sandwiches. Best I've ever tasted. Would you go get me 2?
Utah, give me 2.
Okay, so there's a part right after this when he goes to the to buy the food. I don't know if you noticed this. He walks up and he's like, "Yeah, I'll have a tuna salad on rye and 2 meatball sandwiches and 2 Cokes." And then the girl's like, "Okay, that'll be $4."
Yeah, it's so little.
Like, do you remember what it was? It's something like $5. She's like, "That'll be $5." I'm like, "Where's this fucking place?"
I know, right? It was like $3 or like $4, but
okay.
But and then it pulls up right behind him, and they're both so fucking stupid. They like, and I feel like the tires screech and everything too, and like people, you hear like 4 car doors shut, and then they chase after him. They get into a big. Wait, is that the one where they get in a big chase, or they totally miss him completely?
Yeah, this is the chase where you mean on foot.
Yeah, after they torch the car, they see them after they torch the car.
Yeah, that's
the switch.
Yeah, and then and then he sees Patrick Swayze. What happens next?
I real quick. I remember seeing this movie when I was super young. My friends, like I was really young, maybe like 5 years old. Or no. Sorry, yeah, probably 5 years old. If not younger, at my friend's parents' house, and it was playing while my friend's parents were, or my parents' friends were watching it, and they had it on. And I remember seeing the ex-presidents and all that. I was like, whoa! And the surfing, and I watched it for like 20 minutes. I was like, this is the coolest movie ever. And then my mom grabbed me. She's like, you can, like, holy shit! My like 4 or 5 year olds watching like a R-rated movie with like the biggest smile on his face. But yeah, classic. I love this, and I never knew what it was. And I maybe saw it for the first time when I was like 14 or something. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a nice side story.
No, dude, it's classic.
No. So what happens after the big chase scene? Patrick Swayze gets away, right?
Yeah, he fires the gun up in the air, and he knows that he could shoot him. He's really good. He's really accurate.
And then, do they like skydive or something?
Don't they do like a stealth mission, surfing, and then they go skydiving?
Yeah. And then
he got a look at him, and he knew it was him. Basically, that was like a turning point. Like,
why does he let it go? You think?
Yeah, well, and he knew. Well, Keanu Reeves didn't know that it was him, but what's it called? But
Patrick Swayze.
Bodhisattva knew that Keanu Reeves was the guy, was the FBI.
Wait. No, Keanu Reeves knows it's Patrick Swayze when he's in the mask. Doesn't he?
He does? Are you sure?
Didn't he? Why does he shoot in the air?
Because he doesn't want to shoot someone in the back.
I think it's because he. I mean, he doesn't want to shoot someone in the back. You don't know a lot about cops, do you? They don't care about shoot. I think it's like
that's rule number 1.
Is what, shoot people in the back?
Don't shoot someone in the back.
It is?
No. Yes, of course.
In the police? No. So I think he just doesn't
shoot someone if they're running away from you.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
I think the reason he doesn't shoot.
Wait, you're a lawyer. Wait,
I know. It's if you feel like if you're a police officer, you think they might be causing danger, then you can. All right.
I mean, maybe if they have like a gun and they
Okay.
shot.
So anyway, what happens with like Lori Petty, the girl? Like, doesn't she after they skydive, doesn't Patrick Swayze tell him something?
Oh yeah, Patrick Swayze. Oh yeah, tells him that he's a cop, right?
Patrick Swayze tells who he's a cop.
tells the chick, tells Tyler.
No.
I bet you lied about your parents.
Wait, why did she say that?
Because she finds his badge, actually.
But why is she saying you lied about your parents? Because we didn't cover that.
Oh yeah, because he approaches her for surfing lessons, and when he looked into her file and thought, oh yeah, like her parents both died when she was young in a car accident, so I'll go in and lie about my parents dying and bang this lady, and then she'll also get me into this group of.
Have you ever used that as a come on line, like pick up a check?
Will lie about dead parents that I don't have?
Yeah. like, hey, what's up?
Never.
My name's Gordy. My parents are dead. Like, oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? Like, I love how that was his end. Wait a minute. Your parents are dead too? We have so much in common. I can't believe you said it. That's the only reason I liked you was the parents.
Never, dude, never.
She's like all pissed that his parents are alive. I want you to go kill them now. All right, so what happens with Tyler? Doesn't Patrick Swayze like show him a video? And he's like, "Hey, I have Tyler" or something.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. And then they make Keanu Reeves go and rob a bank with them, save Tyler.
Okay, here.
I can't do this.
Sure you can. Who knows? You might like it. It's a killer rush.
Buddy, this is your fucking wake-up call, man. I am an FBI agent. I know, man. Isn't it wild? Oh, man. I am an FBI agent. I know, man. Isn't it wild?
They go to the airport where they're leaving.
Yeah.
Because what are they planning on going? Where are they planning on going? Do you know the gang?
Mexico. They're sipping senoritas and margaritas, Johnny.
So this is a funny thing. All right, so like they keep talking about like, oh man, we're gonna like rob all this money, and then we're gonna go to Mexico and like sit on the beach and like sip margaritas.
Senoritas and margaritas. Yeah.
And like have chicks. And it's like, but the whole movie they're just at the beach.
I know. Well, yeah.
Like, well, they're already...
So what they're really going for is Showpost, or I don't know, some weird break, the 50-year storm that Bodhi's waiting to catch, and it's coming in like a year or two.
Yeah, the 100-year storm, or the 50-year storm.
50, yeah.
No, but I'm saying they keep saying in the movie like, so
they shoot.
Well, we're gonna steal all this money, and then we can finally go to Mexico and like go to the beach and like sip margaritas and have chicks. But it's like the whole movie, they're just, when they're talking about this, they're on the beach drinking with chicks. But it's like, why do you have to rob banks?
Well, dude, they're
like, once we get $100,000, we can go do this somewhere else.
Well, no, they just don't have to worry about going to jail, because eventually Gary Busey and Keanu are gonna get them.
No, but the thing is, like, they don't need to.
They broke their own rules. They had to break their own rules.
Okay.
They had to like live job to job. So Gary Busey gets shot at the airport. Keanu Reeves jumps on the plane, and then they give him. He thinks it's like a loose chute that they give him, and he trusts. They give him no chute, and they all jump off. They all have their chutes, and they jump off, and Keanu Reeves jumps after Patrick Swayze without a freaking parachute
and with a gun in his hand, right?
With a gun in his hand, yeah. And he crashes into him. I mean, it's crazy to think about, and probably would have never
like falling for like 10 minutes. They're like falling from the sky for like, it's like a 7-minute scene.
It is a very.
It must be really, really high up.
And it's also probably the hardest thing ever to hang on to someone when the parachute goes up.
I know. He's just
You'd immediately slip right off of anyone, unless you were like really ahead of your legs, or I don't know. Like I think they're just holding hands, but well, yeah, they basically end up tracking him down. So he gets Tyler back from the people once they land with Bodhi. Yeah, and then he it cuts to a scene 2 years later. It's like when the year of the 50-year storm, and it's classic. So yeah,
and then don't they start fighting, and then what
yeah, and then he handcuffs him. He goes, no! And then the helicopters all come.
Well, look at it, Johnny. Look at it! This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man. Just let me go out there. Let me get one wave before you take me. One wave. Now, where am I going to go, man? Cliffs on both sides. I'm not going to paddle in New Zealand.
Yes!
I'm not going to paddle New Zealand.
Oh,
I really like surfing. It's just like, he's like, come on, man, just let me surf. Like the whole thing is he won't let him surf.
He lets him surf, man.
Basically, he lets Bodhi go, and then doesn't Bodhi wipe out immediately?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of funny? Like it's this big, grand thing, and then doesn't his surfboard just immediately wipe out? Do you remember that?
Yeah. No, I've seen he dives. He dives from the top deck of the wave.
It's like all of a sudden it's like he goes out there and it's like me surfing. That's what he gave. He literally waited for 50 years and gave his life for this riding for 2 seconds.
To just eat shit off the bat.
You mad, pal. Okay, so that's the end of the movie. So I'm gonna ask you some trivia. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you just name 4 people who were in this movie?
Dude. Come on. Besides Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze?
Yeah.
Oh, and Gary Busey?
Yeah. One more. No?
The guy from Scrubs. That dude's in it. And
isn't there a guy from the lead singer of a famous rock group in it?
No. Pretty sure there isn't.
He's with War Child. He's in the War Child scene.
Wait, is it War Child?
No, it's a friend of War Child. It's in the gang. It's Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Dude, how would I know that, bro? That's insane.
Do you know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are?
Of course.
You name 4 more Patrick Swayze movies.
Oh yeah. Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it, but that's the one he's most famous for.
Yeah.
Point Break.
Wow, how'd you pull that one out? I love it. That was the second one you remembered. I mean, you're not supposed to use this movie, but I'll let you have it. So 2 more.
Dude, fuck. Oh. Wait, wasn't he in one of the? Was he in Top Gun? No way. No way.
No, he wasn't in Top Gun. What?
No. What else is he?
Is he in a movie with Demi Moore or something?
Dude, no, I don't know who Demi Moore is.
You don't know who Demi Moore is?
I know the name. The name sounds familiar, but I can't put it. The face doesn't pop up.
Ghost. He was in a movie called.
Oh yeah, Ghost. Oh my God, Ghost. That was one. Yeah, I saw that one a bunch of times. Well, not maybe my mom rented it once, but yeah, Ghost. That was a funny movie. Yeah.
And that was a funny movie. Did you watch that one high too?
No, I watched it. I was super young when I saw it.
What part was funny? The beginning when he gets murdered by the guy? So okay,
Check it out.
Do you know who directed Point Break?
No,
Can
dude.
you make any guess?
Sam Anderson.
Who?
Sam Anderson.
Is that a name you made up, or is it just like a real? What?
Yeah, it's just a name.
So you're just saying a name that you think that might be? She directed the Hurt Locker. Do you know what that movie is?
Of course.
And do you know?
No, I actually don't. I have no. I never saw it, but I know of it.
What do you know of it?
I just know that it's a movie. It's a movie.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the first question you've gotten right. That's not even a question. It won Best Picture, The Hurt Locker, for Oscars that year. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, totally. Catherine Bigelow. And so she was married to a big director at one point, who he directed Terminator. Do you know who it is?
I don't know any directors really, but I'm gonna guess. I mean,
try and guess a real director.
Steven Spielberg.
That he directed Terminator.
Did he not?
No, he didn't. But is that the only director you know the name of? Him and Sam Anderson. Sam Anderson? What are some movies he directed?
I don't know Sam Anderson.
Okay, so it wasn't Steven Spielberg. It was James Cameron. Do you know?
Oh, right, James Cameron. I know James JC.
Can you? I'm sorry to do this, but can you name 2 other James Cameron movies?
Avatar.
Yeah.
And Avatar 2.
Can you name a movie he really made that he actually has made already, or no?
Cameron.
What?
James Cameron. I'm trying to think, man. Batman. He did Batman.
James Cameron?
Yeah.
Which one?
He did a few of them.
No, he didn't do any of them.
He didn't do any of them?
No.
Not one?
Who are you thinking of? Tim Burton?
I'm not like a director guy. Like, I don't really get too behind the scenes.
Can you name 2 movies Steven Spielberg actually did direct?
Star Wars.
What?
Star Wars.
No.
And Home Alone 1.
Steven Spielberg?
No, Star Wars. No, Star Wars and Spielberg was. Didn't he do Spielberg? It was just Star Wars.
Just to begin, he didn't do Star Wars.
What? Who did Star Wars? George Lucas.
I think it was Sam Anderson.
George Lucas. It was George Lucas. Fuck.
Yeah, George Lucas did it. All right. Yeah. What? So, can you name a Spielberg one?
Spielberg. Schindler's List.
Yeah. Okay, that's one.
What? Really? Yes. Nice.
Did you get that confused with Star Wars at first? He did Star Wars and then he did Schindler's List.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever see Schindler's Wars?
Schindler in Space.
Well, you have to name one more Steven Spielberg movie. I mean, there's like
the Witch the Blair Witch Project. Yes.
You think Steven Spielberg directed the Blair Witch Project?
No.
Do you know that Blair Witch Project is the lowest budget movie ever made? Steven Spielberg. You think Steven Spielberg made a $12,000 movie in the year 2000, in the year 1999? Yeah, he did. He did Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Schindler's List, and then Blair Witch
Jurassic
Project.
Park.
What?
Jurassic Park.
It was a Pratt. What?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Yeah. Well, I said Jurassic Park. You literally couldn't have picked like a movie more opposite a Steven Spielberg movie.
Of Schindler's List.
No, then yeah, the Blair Witch Project. Do you know who? All right, this will be my last thing. Do you know who did direct the Blair Witch Project?
No, the Blair Witch. Was it the the Blair Witch herself?
Yeah, it was the Blair Witch. She's very similar to Spike Lee, where she liked to put herself in her own movies. No, it was Sam Anderson.
Really?
Do you know who that is?
The porn star?
Corey McNiff, thanks so much for coming on and talking about Point Break. I hope you had a good time. Corey, what's your like Twitter handle? Do you have that stuff?
Lord of the Gourds for Twitter and Instagram.
Lord of the Gourds?
Lord of the Gourds, like LORD of the GORDS.
Yeah. How did you come up with that?
We were always saying like I don't know, like all the Gordons and all the movies and stuff like that. They're always kind of portrayed as either like losers or gingers or like the arch nemesis. But I don't know. My one friend called me that one time in college, and I actually told him. I sat him down with him. I was like, dude, it's getting old, man. Like, just stop calling me Lord of the Gourds like all the time. And then when Instagram came out, I was like, trying to think of a handle. I was like, oh shit, you know what? I know my buddy's name is Christian, and we were like, yo, C-Dog, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring that back. Is it cool if I use it? Yeah, it is. But yeah, it was like a nickname I had in college.
Wow, that was a long story. And we'll see you.
We are the ex-presidents.
FBI!
Leo, thanks for having me, Tom.
Special Agent John Utah, day number 1 in L.A. Welcome aboard.
You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero.